What is good with y'all fools? And today we have another episode of recent wrestling figure pickups. I have 3 figures in front of me, each from a different store, and all for pretty good prices, except for this Bret Hart. This is his retail price. But other than that, the other 2 figures were pretty good steals of prices. And this is an accumulation of about like 2 weeks. Oh no, maybe like 1 week. Had a little bit of spare money. The last episode actually came out later than it was supposed to be. That came out about like 2 weeks after it was supposed to be. So we are gonna do these figure pickups every month. I want to make that kind of a new series. Yeah, let's get into the video. Alright, so the first figure that I got here is Cesaro's, I'm pretty sure, last figure in the Mattel series, which is I think this is the 92, 93. But I got this one for $15 at a store that I'm about to show their business card. But he's kind of beat up. He was on sale from $20 to $15, and I'm like, in my head I was like, I don't have an Elite Cesaro. They haven't come out with a Jazzwares one yet, so might as well pick this one up until they eventually probably will come out with a Jazzwares one. But you know, this Cesaro is probably, or not Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli is probably his best figure from Mattel, just based on articulation, mold, gear, and face scan. Cause that's all of his best attributes that they nailed right here. Come on, man. And I'm pretty sure this figure was on sale because it was not complete. Did not come with all of the accessories. Just came with 2 fist hands, and that's it. I do think that they are missing some interchangeable hands and a jacket. I'll put a picture up of the like the full figure inbox and what it's supposed to come with. But going in depth here, if we zoom in to check out the head sculpt, I think it looks just like me, man. He kind of looks like my uncle. But mold-wise, I feel like since Cesaro or Claudio is a pretty big dude, they kind of nailed his like biceps and upper torso and everything. And then going down here though, real quick, you can kind of see that his torso is smaller than his trunks are right there. So that's kind of weird that Mattel did that, but you know, it's whatever. You got Cesaro on the trunks, yellow outlines with black as the main color. You have Cesaro right here on the knee pads. And I kind of slid down the knee pads some more so that we could get some more articulation in them. And you also got Cesaro on the top of the wrestling boots right here. And then on the side you have always with a heart and yellow outlines throughout the figure. But yeah, man, this was kind of a steal of a price because I do not have a Cesaro or Claudio in my collection. But the place that I got this at is the Rare Formula. It's kind of rare. Toys and Collectibles down here at 1585 Sepulveda Boulevard and in Torrance, California, 90501. Oh wait, that's the street. Kind of stupid. There's their Instagram at Rare Formula, and then they're open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. I came there just when they opened. It was pretty busy when it opened too. There was a few people in there. Here's what the outside of the store looks like right there on the back of their business card. So yeah, if you're definitely in the area, go check this store out, man. You can screenshot that right there if you want to have the location. But this was a really cool store, pretty small, but you know, lots of stuff in there. They had a Abismo Negro signed in there, which was pretty cool. They had they had Elite Warrior. They had a lot of stuff in there. Pretty cool. You have to go check it out for yourself. But yeah, let's get into the next figure. Alright, so the next figure I got from a place called Ninja Exchange. Kind of like Ninja, then the letter X, and then the word change. But this was over there in Carlsbad. I was down there just for a couple of days to watch the Manny Pacquiao fight. Man, he was rigged. No way it was a draw, man. Man, he definitely won that. But anyways, that's off topic. What was I gonna say? I picked this up for $25 right here. And the Ninja Exchange Expo, it's kind of like a frankincense area, but a little bit smaller because it is in like a mall, so they can't make it as big as like a Frankensons, but it's pretty decent. There's lots of vendors there, but lots of like variety in what you can get. And then if you go a few stores down, there's a human claw machine, and I'll put myself up in a video, or I'll put a video up of me in the human claw machine. And then there's also a what's it called, another comic book store with also a bunch of collectibles in it. But yeah, picked this Austin Theory up Series 91 Elite because I do not have an Austin Theory yet, so let's crack this thing open, man. Alright, so when I was opening up the figure, I realized that it wasn't sealed, which isn't a problem for me. I was gonna open it up anyways, but I think the seller just opened it up to make sure that everything was okay, which I appreciate. But taking a look at the accessories here, you don't get too much. You get 2 sets of interchangeable hands. You got the back holding hands, which are a standard, and you got 2 slapping hands right here. But the main centerpiece, accessories wise, is this vest, which is Wolverine inspired, if you guys can tell, with the blue and the yellow. Kind of looks black on the screen, but you got like the 6-pack right here, the ribs kind of outlined right there. You got W, and I think that's for Wolverine, and then W on the back. But that's pretty cool. You get 2 little like holes that you could put into so that you could put the vest on. So I kind of like that mechanic. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for the accessories. So let's get on to the figure. Alright, taking a look at the figure in all of its glory. First thing I noticed is that his head is really big for his body. If you guys can tell, it looks kind of massive on him in person. But Austin Theory is a shredded guy in general, but he's shredded and he's big, so he doesn't really fit the slim body that they gave him, but it still works because he's shredded. But you got regular arms here, but something I did notice on the back of his wrist tape is that it says Theory on the Austin Theory, if you guys can read that. Very small detail. Going on to the trunks right here, we have again gear. I'm pretty sure it's inspired by Wolverine just by the look of it. You got a W on the crotch right there, and then on the back you have Theory kind of like exploding through the back as a design. On the knee pads you have the Way, because this is I think when he joined Johnny Gargano and his faction, and you have AT right there for Austin Theory. But taking a look at articulation here, and we will post all the figures at the end. I forgot to do that in the last one. Taking a look at articulation here, his head moves fine, arms move very good, ab crunch is pretty good. I think it's okay. Leg movement is pretty good. I think they are truck joints. Knee wise, articulation also pretty good, and boot wise pretty good too. So I really dig the articulation on this figure. No stiff parts on mine. I think this is before Mattel had switched their factories from China to Taiwan, so they're not as like stiff as they are now, which is definitely an upside all the way. But yeah, I really like this figure. I'm gonna start doing this thing where I rate the figures on a scale of 1 to 10, and I would give this figure a decent 8 based on like the articulation, the gear. The likeness is kind of what throws it off for me because he has a really big head and the torso doesn't really match him. But I feel like an 8 is a pretty good rating because I really like the gear and the articulation. Oh shit. But let's get on to the Bret Hart. Alright, so the last figure that we have here is the WrestleMania 41 Elite Bret Hart with the Howard Finkel Build-A-Figure. And a little bit of story time on this. I walked into my Target, didn't feel like filming a toy hunt video today, because this day I heard from Fig Hill that they just restocked, and I was trying to look for that 4-pack, but I couldn't find it. But they did have a bunch of Elite stacked up, and I saw a bunch of Elite 116, and I saw about like 8 AJ Styles, and he's shelf warming hard right now. Shame, because it's AJ Styles, Bret Hart right here. I forgot to review the Theory box. Let's review that real quick. Austin Theory on the front right there. Austin Theory on the side. Rest of the set right here. Series 91, great set. And Austin Theory name on the side. Now that's done with Big Bret Hart. Another Big Bret Hart. Rest of the series. Howard Finkel Build-A-Figure right there. All the info right here. And Bret the Hitman Hart right there. And certified authentic sticker. But yeah, that's the story time. And then also I decided to pick up this Bret because the other Bret that I have is a really old Elite from I think 2016, 2015-ish. Doesn't have double jointed arms, and I'm feeling like it's really beat up paint chip wise. I could probably fix it up, but I feel like we should just probably get the updated one. I think this is the gear that I have him in, which is pretty cool. But we should probably just get an updated one. That's what I did. So let's open this thing up. Alright, so coming in here on the accessories, did Howard Finkel get hands? I think are these his hands? It matches skin tone more. I don't know. Alright, we'll just include all the hands. Alright, so coming in on the accessories here, there's not really much. Coming in, checking out the Build-A-Figure right here, you get Howard Finkel's torso. You guys know that, fun fact, I've never completed a Build-A-Figure because there's always that one figure that's like, do I really want it? And it has like the most important piece. But yeah, there's his torso. And then coming in on the Bret Hart accessories, I'm pretty sure, you barely get any accessories, which is kind of shame. You don't even get Bret's sunglasses, which I think they include, or which I would think that they would include. But you get 2 slapping hands right here, 2 fist hands, and 2 mic holding hands. You know, just the standard. Kind of disappointing accessories wise, but let's get into the figure. Alright, taking a look at the figure here. This is definitely the attire of the other Bret Hart that I have. Once I get all my figures out of storage, I will show you my other Bret Hart. But taking a close look at the figure here, if we look at the head scan, I don't really like it. He kind of looks very sad, but maybe he's just very serious. You know, Bret Hart's a very serious wrestler. Good in-ring work. Who do you guys think is better, Bret or Shawn? In my opinion, I think Bret. I like his style of wrestling just a little bit better. Don't get me wrong, Shawn is amazing too, top 5 wrestlers of all time. But I think I like Bret a little bit more. That's the head scan. Coming down the torso here, you get just the plain overalls with a little heart right there for the Heart Foundation. On the back, same, just black. Coming down on the legs right here, paws, very big paws right there. You get striped black and white down the thigh and the torso. Same on the other side. Whoa. Pink tights, black knee pads, and then the boots are white, black, and pink with a pink star in the middle. Yeah, so I really like this attire. This I feel like this attire looks really clean on Bret. And this is definitely the other Bret that I have in storage. But yeah, just a really cool attire. Really pops out of the collection because it's pink. What is pause? Yeah, getting into articulation. This is Mattel's new factory, so you don't know what to expect. Very hit or miss with articulation. Head turning, pretty good. Our shoulder joints, pretty good. Arm joints, pretty good. You do get double jointed arms or elbows. And checking the other elbow. It is pretty good, and you can do this pretty smooth, which is nice. Ab crunch is actually better than the Austin Theory. Torso movement wise though, it's really thick. That's not the right word. Man, I'm blanking. I always film these videos late, which is not a good idea. It's very firm. There we go. Which is better for the torsos. You don't want no loose torsos like my Stone Cold. If you haven't seen that video, go watch that video. It's called Can I Revive These WWE Action Figures? You do get truck joints, and these ones are sometimes at the truck joints I have a hard time moving them all the way up, but no, for this Bret Hart it is pretty good. I don't know about this leg, it's a little more stiffer, but yeah, I like this figure a lot. Knee wise, he's kind of stiff right there. Nothing a little hot water can't fix, so we're probably just gonna run him in hot water real quick, and he'll be good to go. But yeah, what would I rate this figure out of 10? I would rate it a 7.3, just because the head scan isn't the best head scan. Obviously, there is cooler head scans for Bret. This one's just kind of serious, but I really like the attire on this man, and the articulation is pretty decent for these newer Mattel figures. Obviously, it doesn't even compare to the Austin Theory, but yeah, let's get into the final haul. Alright guys, so here is the final haul. In conclusion, Elite 93 Cesaro, Elite 91 Austin Theory, and WrestleMania 41 Bret Hart. Which one do you guys like, the Seattle haul or this month's haul, which is the June haul? No, July haul. The other one was the June haul. But yeah, me personally, I like the last one better. I got way more steals of deals. This one was kind of more retail price, except for this figure, and I'm pretty sure this figure too. I haven't checked the eBay price for that. But yeah, all these two figures I don't have in my collection, and I have one Bret Hart, which is same attire. But yeah, I really like this haul. I forgot to rate this figure. I'd give it 9 out of 10. I really like it if it had all the like accessories and everything. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. You know, go check out my other videos that can I revive the WWE action figures one, and also the what's it called, the other pickup video. But yeah, thanks for watching, and peace out, fools.